Hey guys, welcome to today's session. So what we're doing here is the restorative session, and it's the fourth one of 6, and we're looking at mindful movements, and we're going to layer it in on top of the sessions we've already done. So let me explain how we're going to do that by starting off. Is the inside of the heel, the outside of the heel, and then the smallest little sway that allows you to just keep engaging the 4 corners of your feet. And what you're doing is you're centering yourself, and then you're beginning to bring yourself into your center of gravity, where you get all your body moving as one. So let me layer in the if you start to feel your center of gravity take over in your body. And what I mean by that is you'll begin to feel this spontaneous engagement in your body. So you'll notice that you're feeling a tone in your body as you sway around the 4 corners of your feet, but it's a spontaneous tone. You're not trying to control the muscles. The muscles are naturally engaging themselves. And part of the balance of that is the tone, then the release. That you'll feel your muscles tone, and then they release. As you sway from side to side, here's more tone, and now here it is releasing off. There's more tone over here. Now it's releasing off. There's more tone over here. So the spontaneity of your body is coming into this center of gravity in your body and just allowing yourself to flow around it, and in micro movements. So now as we built on that, we begin to layer in the breath. So now notice your breathing, and this is the second session. Begin to have your breath move at the pace of your sway. So you're inhaling, you're exhaling. There's little moments of transition between the exhale and the inhale. There's that moment when the breath pauses for a moment before you begin to inhale in the opposite direction. So now you're swaying, and it's like a pendulum. And as you sway like a pendulum, is your breath moves like a pendulum too. So you're inhaling, and then you're exhaling. And then the length of your breath is matching the pendulum effect in your body. So you're swaying and you're breathing at the same pace. And what you're doing is you're bringing your center of gravity internally. You're activating your energetic body, and you're coming into the energetics of it. So notice as you breathe, is you start to feel yourself move deeper into the muscles of your body, moving deeper into the joints of your body, and you start to find yourself feeling the internal sense of your center of gravity, and that you could even control your center of gravity by the way that you breathe. So how are we going to do that? I want you to breathe a little bit into your navel, a little bit into the sides of the rib cage, feel the intercostal muscles work, and a little bit in the upper chest. And just feel all 3 move on the inhale and all 3 move on the exhale. So don't worry about the depth of your breath. It's just all of your lungs engaged in each breath. Some breaths will be shallow, others deeper, and then you'll have deep breaths. But regardless of the depth of your breath, these 3 areas are engaged. Okay? As you do that on your inhale and your exhale, is notice to do that, you have to slow your breathing down a little bit more. You go a little bit deeper into your breath to find that. Not necessarily into your lungs, but into the breath, the pressure within your lungs. And as you feel that pressure within your lungs, you're beginning to meet the muscles that are your lungs. So as you breathe a little slower and you meet the physical engagement of your body in your breath, so you're meeting the muscles of your lungs, and as you inhale and you exhale and the muscles of the lungs are expanding and contracting, is you can begin to breathe your center of gravity, and it's your breath that's controlling your center of gravity. And what you're doing in that is you're layering in the physicalness of your experience and the energetics of your experience, coming into the energetic body. And you get this beautiful effortlessness in your flow. How does that happen? So notice on your physical center of gravity, you got this beautiful spontaneous tone and release. Now go into your breath. And you're going to feel that same sense of effort and no effort in your breath. You feel the expansion and there's an effort in it. You feel the contraction and there's an effort in it. Now, when you inhale into the expansion, is also let the expansion expand effortlessly. So soften into the effort. As you're contracting and you feel the effortlessness on your exhale, is soften into the contraction of your muscles. So as you're inhaling, you get this beautiful sense of effort and no effort at the same time. You're in the spontaneousness of your breath and you're just flowing in it. And you get much more into the energetics within. You start to feel the inner flow in your body, all the physical sensations in your body. You start to feel like the pressures are like a massage. And there's pressure and then there's release. And you can feel that much more clearly. So that's the second session being layered in. So there's the physical center of gravity, micro movements, and then we come into activating the breath and engaging with the effortlessness within the flow of the breath. And then last week we were doing the joint release, opening up the joints to open up the energetic channels. So if you think about your brain stem, your central nervous system, all the nerve endings coming out through your vertebrae all the way through to the tips of your toes, tips of your fingers, top of your skull, nerve endings. If you take your central nervous system out of your body and you looked at it, you'd see the shape of your body. So if you look at all the joints in the body, they're like the canal locks on a canal. When you open up the lock, is again you go down the canal, and then you open up another lock, you're going down the canal. So when you open up all the joints in your body, what you're doing is they're lock points. When you open up the lock, is the energy flows more freely. So that we went through opening up the joints last week to get the energy flowing more freely, to activate the channels in the body. So now we're going to play around that a little bit more today, and then we're going to do it mindfully. So let's just do a little bit of the joint release just to layer it into what we're doing. So your hands is if you activate your hands, so your fingers are a little bit apart and they're a little bit straight, so you feel the tone in your hands. Now feel the tone in your feet as you sway around the four corners of your feet. You're going to feel a certain type of pressure in your feet. Mimic it in your hands. So you have that tone in your hands mimicking the tone in your feet. And again, you're going to feel a tone come through your forearm, into your upper arm, your shoulder, across the top of the shoulder, into the shoulder blade and the rib cage. And then I want you to breathe. And breathe a little deeper into your rib cage. Let the rib cage expand. It'll float up. It'll lengthen the trunk of the body a little bit. And you find yourself going a little bit deeper into the trunk of the body and the elongation of the spine. So open up that space between the hip and the rib cage. Breathe to your upper chest. The shoulders come away from the ears. And then let the neck lengthen so that you're opening up that space between the base of the neck and the base of the skull, that you're coming up through the top of the skull a little bit. So you're just opening the space in the joints a little bit. So now we're going to play around with that, where your hands are here, is rotate your hands, then your wrists, your elbows, and then your shoulders. And then we're going to layer it into breath. So you're going to inhale, rotate hands, wrists, elbow and shoulders. Exhale, hands, wrists, elbows and shoulders. And then just keep doing that at your own pace. So we're syncing it up where we're in the physical center of gravity within our body. We're breathing that same center of gravity in our breath. And now we're beginning to layer it much more specifically into that tone and release in our muscles and also that opening of the joints. So we're rotating and we're exploring the range of our joints in our body. And we're doing that to release the energy. So again, it's the breath that makes it work, is you're inhaling and you're exhaling. And a nice simple way to describe it is, can you breathe in a way and can you move in a way that you look like your body is breathing itself? So the same tones that you're feeling in your sway are the same tones that you're feeling in your lungs and your breath, are the same tones you begin to mimic in different parts of your body. So those same pressures, as you move into them, feel them, and then release and move away from them. And here's more pressure at the other end, and you're just matching that same tone. So it's like a massage. But at the same time, you're opening up your wrist joint, all the little joints in your fingers, your elbows a little bit, your ball and socket joint in your shoulders, your collarbones, your shoulder blades, and really working across your shoulders, up around your spine at the back of the neck and between the shoulder blades. Just exhaling and then inhaling. Okay, so now I'm going to layer in the mindfulness. And we'll do it this way. The next time you rotate your hands out, I want you to inhale, extending the arms, inhale, bring the hands all the way up, and then you're going to bring the fingers together, pointing like this. You're going to exhale all the way down here. And then as you rotate the hands out, you're transitioning, inhaling. And you reach the peak, you're transitioning, you're exhaling. So the length of your breath equals the length of the movement. Now this opens up across the shoulders more, it opens up your rib cage, it opens up your lungs. And just do that in your own pace. Now mindfully, let's look at how we do it mindfully and how we get into mindful movements. A simple way to describe it is, rather than thought, you're just in awareness itself. So you're feeling the sensations in your body. You're hearing the sensations in your body. You're watching the sensations in your body. It's not about whether you like them or dislike them. It's just that they're there, and they are what they are. You no need to control them, no need to try and make them into something. They're just sensations. And you're just allowing yourself to feel them, watch them, listen to them. No judgments, no desires, no expectations. If they feel nice, they feel nice. If they feel a bit uncomfortable, they feel a bit uncomfortable. It is what it is. There's no need to define it, to control it. Now, the next time you want to switch, you're going to inhale. Up you come. Exhaling all the way up and down. So now I want you to now keep observing, but now I want you to observe the pace that you're moving at. So the sensations in the body are still there. And now I want you to observe the pace. Now notice the pace that you're moving at. It's steady. It's consistent. As you move into a space, it brings on sensations and then it releases sensations. So in different parts of the movement, you feel more tone and then you feel release. But I want you to notice the pace that you're also moving at and that you're just observing it. You're feeling it. You're even listening to it in your inner awareness. And then just allow your awareness to move at that same pace. You're inhaling and you're exhaling. And next time you let your hands come down, just leave them down. Now close your eyes for a second and continue to keep swaying, but just keep a little tone in your hands as well. And what I want you to do is, as you sway, is observe the sensations in your body. Just feel them. Now observe the flow of your breath in your body. Observe the flow of your center of gravity. And just observe the flow. Just be in it. Now what I want you to do is, with your eyes closed, I want you to bring your shoulders up to your ears. Now you're on the same pressure, and then release the shoulders away from the ears. Apply the same pressure that you feel in your sway. Shoulders up to the ears, shoulders away from the ears. Okay, now keep doing that at your own time. So you're going to bring them up nice and fluidly, bring them down nice and fluidly. You're going to feel the tone increase as you bring the shoulders to the ears, feel the tone decrease. Now do it with your eyes closed. Okay, now what I want you to start getting into is start getting into the energetics of it. Feel the pressure come on, and then feel the pressure release. Feel the pressure come on, and then feel the pressure release. And move like it's a massage, and you're just opening up across the shoulders. From the base of the neck to the base of the skull is getting a squeeze, and right across the shoulders are getting a little bit of a squeeze, and then a release. So the next time you bring your shoulders away from your ears, leave them there. Keep breathing nice and slow and deep, but take a little bit extra time in your rib cage and your upper chest. And as you do, is let the collarbones come away from the ears, let the shoulders come away from the ears through your breath. And I just want you to feel the openness in your upper body, openness across your neck and shoulders, and just feel that lovely flow of energy. And again, you're just opening up to the energy channels in your body. And just flows of sensation. And then I want you to observe, to watch, to listen, to feel that you're just in the awareness of it. It's not a thought, it's a direct experience, and one that your senses are engaged with. Feel that beautiful release. See it in your mind's eye, even hear it in your inner ear. Is it an inner confirmation of the experience that you're speaking internally in your own inner ear, so to speak. So now from here is what we're going to do next is you can open your eyes for this one. If you turn your palms outward a little bit, okay? Now what I want you to do is I want you to begin to sway a little bit more from one foot and then the next. Sway a little bit from one foot and the next. And as you do, as you bring your weight onto a foot, sway that hand. So as I'm on my left foot, my left hand sways forward. I'm on my right foot, my right hand sways forward. And have them move in synchronicity. And a nice way to describe this is that imagine you're wading through water at the beach, and the water is up to your waist. And that as you wade through it, you can feel a little bit of resistance of the water, and that you're just moving your body through it like a wading motion. And then you're still breathing in that same sway. And then notice the energetics, the release of it. It puts a nice bit of pressure all the way down one leg, and then it releases it off the leg. You feel it in the hip, and then it releases off the hip. You get a nice sway in your arm and your shoulder. You get a nice release in your shoulders. As you sway your arms, see if you can feel that nice release that you got across your shoulders. See if you can feel it keep releasing as you sway from foot to foot. And breathe. And again, you're just observing the energy flows, the sensations in your body, and then the flow of them. Just opening the channels in the body. And then you're observing. You're listening. You're feeling. Now we're going to do another one. So this one, I want you to bring your hands together. Interlock your fingers. I'm going to get you to now turn your palms outwards and straighten your arms so they're shoulder level. A little bit of rigidness in the elbows so you feel the tone of the arms. And then roll your shoulders back. Now, as you roll your shoulders back, keep the neck long and keep your breastbone from going up. Don't let the breastbone go up. So draw it down slightly if you need to, so that as you activate the arms, roll the shoulders back, neck long, breastbone down. If you do a little bounce, is you'll feel your upper back engage, you'll feel your core engage, you'll feel your abdominal wall tone a little bit more. And just gently bounce in it. Keeping the sway. Now breathe into your navel, to your ribcage, to your upper chest, and just gently toning the arms and shoulders, toning the upper back and the core. At the same time, you're still swaying around. Okay, now keep doing that. And notice that I'm slowly going to start to bring my arms up. But as my arms are coming up, nice and slow, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, draw the breastbone down. So you're going to start to feel the muscles in your upper back tone more, and the neck stays long, shoulders open. And as you draw the breastbone down, your upper back and arms are toning, your core is toning here. Notice how your core is getting tighter. The trunk of your body is getting tighter. You got to draw the breastbone down to feel that. Now send your tailbone down ever so slightly. Send the tailbone ever so slightly down, and you may even feel your pelvic floor draw up. And you're toning the trunk of the body. And a nice gentle bounce. Don't worry about getting your arms up all the way. That's not the important part. Is that you feel the arms and upper back, the core, all the way down to the pelvic floor, toning. And breathe. And keep swimming. Okay, so now we're going to bring the arms down. You release the fingers, and again, it's just let the eyes close. And as the eyes close, you're just swaying around the four corners of your feet. You're still in your center of gravity. Notice how your feet are getting warmer and warmer. You're going deeper and deeper into the muscles and joints of your body. You're in that lovely sway in your breath. And then sway deep enough to meet the tone of your muscles. The muscles of your lungs, the muscles of your body. Just allow those lovely energetic sensations just to move through your body. And you're just observing. You're just feeling them. You're listening with your inner ear. Just very nicely just swaying around the center of gravity at a physical level, at an energetic level, and at a mental level. And a nice way to describe it is, think about at a physical level, there's the sensations in your body, and then there's your body itself, and you're just swaying around your center of gravity. So you're swaying around your body, then there's all the sensations in it. Then you're swaying around your breath, and that's the energetic body, and you have all your emotions. So it's like the emotions are like the sensations in the energetic body, the sensations in the physical body. So as you sway around your energetic body, is again, you can be mindful of the emotions and feelings, but yet you're in that central point where you're just observing them. You're watching them. You're being neutral with them. And you're able to engage and release, like the tones and sensations. You engage and you release, and you're just spontaneously moving through your body, moving through your energetic body. Now, mentally, it's the same thing, is that allow your thoughts to be like sensations in your body. Like your energetic body, you have emotions, just allow the emotions to be sensations. Now just allow your thoughts to be sensations. And it's a very easy and very pleasant way to just recognize the thoughts, but then you don't need to control them. They're just sensations. You don't need to make them anything. There's no desires or expectations on them. There's no need to judge them, but you're aware of them. So you're able to watch them, listen to them, feel them, but at the same time, you're doing that from a place of awareness, and you're just flowing in that awareness itself. And you're just coming into the mental center of gravity at a mental level. And you're just moving in that space. It's very, very nice. So now we're going to play around with a few more movements. So come on down onto the floor, and let's get ourselves into table position. So table position, your hands are the width of your shoulders, your knees are the width of your hips. Get the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. If there's a bit of pressure on the wrists, you just bring your weight back so it's more on the knees, less on the wrists. Yeah. So spread out the fingers, fully engage the hands into the floor. Again, keep the shoulders away from the ears, lengthen the back of the neck. Just bring your breastbone and your groin slightly together that you feel your trunk engage. Okay, now come off the toes. If you're on the toes, and press the front of the feet into the mat a little bit. Press the hands in. Just feel that general tone in your body, and then begin to make a little circle. And as you make a small circle, you're swaying around the knees, and you're swaying around the hands. Now move at the same pace that you can feel that tone and release in your muscles. Now breathe that same pace. Your navel, your rib cage, and your upper chest, is you're breathing at the same pace and meeting the tone of your lungs. And just getting into that beautiful energetic flow. And then as you move more and more into the space, you're going to start to feel a nice sensation. So there's a lovely rule, and basically when you feel that nice sensation, that's the energetic channels. They're moving. Energy is beginning to move around your body. And when it begins to move, it feels really nice. It's a nice sensation. So it's a simple rule. If it feels good, keep doing it. And what you're doing is you're intuitively opening up the channels in your body and you're following them. Now do it mindfully. Do it with awareness. So just feel it, watch it, listen to it. No need to turn it into anything other than it's a pleasant sensation, and then just follow it. It's really, really nice. And then as you make the circle go a little wider, it takes you deeper into the sensations of your body. It takes you deeper into the joints. You get to roll your weight around the ball and socket joint in the hips and the ball and socket joint in the shoulders. And it gives you that deeper sense of pressure and release, exactly like a massage. And you're just massaging out those joints. You're getting that deeper tone in the muscles and you're massaging out those muscles. Pressure and then release. And then you might find yourself going a little deeper into your breath because of that. Great, go deeper into it. And the next time you come around, change the direction and start on a small circle again. And then incrementally, as you're going out further and further, but follow the sensations. This is where you get to intuitively follow the natural ebb and flow of energy in your body. And that you're doing it with awareness. So rather than thinking about it, is you're just following what feels nice, but you're doing it with full awareness. So you can explore those deeper pressures in the joints by going out wider. You can breathe deeper into them. You get that stronger release and you follow the pleasantness of it, how nice it feels. And then doing it with awareness and just flowing in that motion. Coming back to the center is now from here, we're going to do cat pose. We're going to do as a flow. So now keeping the shoulders open is round your spine. So you're coming up through the back of your ribcage, shoulders stay open. You're going to dip your chin a little bit. You're going to slightly tuck the pelvis, so send the tailbone down a little bit. And I want you to sway. It's like a rocking motion. Your weight comes more onto your hands and it comes more onto your knees. And feel the pressure in your shoulders. And then feel the pressure in your hips. And feel it release the neck when you come onto the hands. Feel it release the tailbone as you come onto your knees. Now allow your spine to roll. So as you come back, it's your lower back. As you come forward, it's your upper back. And you're just rolling your spine. And you're opening your vertebrae. And then you're moving that openness up and down. And then you're swaying in a way where it lets you feel the tone of your muscles and then releasing them. Like a seesaw, the tone and release. And then move in that space where it just spontaneously works for you. Your body is spontaneously working. And you're inhaling as you come forward. You're exhaling as you sway backwards. And just have your breath spontaneously move in that too. And when you start to feel those nice sensations, it's follow them. And then follow them with awareness. And you're just breathing and feeling. And you're watching it. And you're listening. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep that sway. We'll bring the spine back to neutral. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction and do counter cat. So bring your chin forward and up, keeping the shoulders open. So that's going to create a pressure across your neck and shoulders. Now it's a pressure where you can move in the pressure and release. It's never a pinch. Send your sit bones up, so basically stick your backside in the air a little bit. It'll relax your abdominal wall. It'll relax your pelvic floor a little bit. It'll let you feel the pressure in your lower back. And again, it's never a pinch, just a pressure, one that you can move into and one that you can move out of spontaneously. And you're just in that lovely rocking motion of pressure and release. And let yourself breathe. Now, in those pressures is find the pressure that gives you the energetic release. Literally, it's like a self-massage. You're just massaging the energy. You're massaging the body. If you want to go deeper into your breath. Use your breath. You don't have to move any deeper, but you can just exhale deeper. You can inhale deeper. And it's really nice when you get your body moving at the natural pace of your center of gravity. You get your breath moving at the energetic center of gravity. And you get your mind, your awareness is just flowing in that center of gravity too, at the same pace. So your thoughts are flowing at the same pace as your center of gravity. Now from there, it's back to neutral and round up through your spine. And just let's do one or two like this. We're going to do a little bit more work on releasing the hips and the spine. So now bring your feet a little bit together. So walking the hands back. If you take your knees out a little wider, is bring your elbows onto the floor. So it lets you sit deeper in the hips. Now you're sitting back towards your heels, but you don't have to be on your heels. You may be, but you don't have to be. Is you can put two palms like this, or you can put a fist like this, and keeping the shoulders open, so away from the ears. Put your forehead at a level that allows you to bend the neck slightly. So you can dip the chin, you keep the neck long, and keeping the shoulders open. Okay. It's just a variation of child's pose. Now, while you're in it, I want you to breathe into your navel. I want you to breathe into your rib cage. I want you to breathe into your upper chest. Your navel, your rib cage, and your upper chest. Now, this one it's beautiful to let the weight of your body just apply a little bit of pressure to your hips. Adjust your knees if you need to, so that you can really enjoy the pressure. Now, think of it like a massage. As you inhale, notice the pressure in your hips. As you exhale, notice how the exhale lets you go a little bit, lets you release into the hips a little bit more. And when you inhale, that pressure creates a pressure. It's like a massage. When you exhale, again, you release a little deeper into your hips. That will be the same for your spine. Notice as you inhale, as you get this expansion, it's a lifting sensation. It elongates the spine a little bit. So when you exhale, there's a slight little lowering down of the spine, but the contraction of your body keeps the spine open. So in that beautiful release, you also get a lovely tone. And then you're just breathing the spontaneous pressure and release in your body. And letting the shoulders open, letting the neck go long, is again, breathe into your rib cage and upper chest. Just let the shoulders open. And again, as you exhale, go for the release. So you're still engaged with the natural integrity of your body. You're still flowing in that energetic engagement. Notice the nicest sensations and keep breathing into them. Keep following them. See where they go. And then you're doing it with awareness, that you're very much present in your awareness itself. You're watching, you're listening, you're feeling. And notice after a while, as you let go into it more and more, is you move not just in a one-pointed way where your focus is very, very focused. You begin to gaze a little bit. Is your focus begins to spread out. It's like you begin to move into your peripheral vision. And what I mean by that is notice how you're able to observe all of the body. It's like your awareness is moving through waves in the body. Now those waves are the energy channels. They're the sensations in your body of energy moving, and they're moving through the central nervous system and all the channels in your body. but notice how you're doing it with awareness, and you can get a beautiful sense of those waves permeating through your body. Now that's your consciousness observing the fullness of your body rather than one point. It's observing all of it. That's beautiful. It's like that, the mind opening up. So you've got your awareness engaged, and now your awareness is opening up into the mind. The mind is opening, that you can observe all of your body at once. Now from there, we're going to come back up, okay? Now what we're going to do is go find a wall, and what I want you to do is sit to the side of the wall. So you're sitting sideways like this, okay? And there's a graceful way to do this. What I want you, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do first. I'm going to swivel around, and my legs are going to go up to the wall, but I need my backside as close to the wall as possible. So that's why I do it this way. So I'm right up like this. So when I swivel around, is I have my backside super close to the wall. And the reason being is because it keeps my shoulders as close to the wall as possible. Okay, so we're going to just relax the legs a little bit. So see here is your legs can be reasonably straight. Is take them out a little bit, but only as far as you can relax them. You don't want to slide them down. Yeah. So let the feet rest out, the hands rest out. So take them as far as the palms are up. Okay. Now in that, if you feel like your legs are slipping, you can move ever so slightly away from the wall, so that the weight of your leg is resting against the wall. The weight of your leg is resting against the wall, and you're just letting the feet rest out. And in that, you're now taking the pressure off the legs. You get this lovely release of pressure. You feel your blood pressure coming off the legs. We did a lot of standing and swaying. Now breathe. And as you breathe, your navel, your rib cage, and your upper chest. And just feel the back of the body press a little firmer into the floor. Now breathe into that. Feel the pressure of it. And then exhale, release your body into the floor. As you inhale, breathe into the floor. As you exhale, release into the floor. So it's like you're massaging your body into the floor. At the same time, as you breathe, feel the pressure in your legs. As you inhale, feel the pressure. Now notice when you exhale, it allows you to feel that energy release down the legs a little bit more. And just breathe the sensations of the body. And in the tone of your lungs, you're still in the tone of your body, pressure and release. You're in the flow of breath and energy in your body, pressure and release. Then you have these beautiful sensations moving through the channels in your body. Just breathe them and follow them with awareness. So very simply, follow the nicest sensations, and then allow yourself to move into a gaze where you're observing all of your body at once. You can feel all of your body at once. You can listen in your inner ear to all of your body at once. And it's gorgeous. It's this beautiful blending of all the sensations that make up your body. All the emotions that make up your energetic body. All your thoughts that make up your mental body. Put your massaging them, pressure, and then release. We're not controlling them. We're not trying to change them, do anything with them, but we're just absorbing into them, pressure and release. We're energetically absorbing into them, pressure and release. We're mentally absorbing into them, pressure and release. That's just beautiful. Now you are controlling one thing, is you're controlling your center. So you're not trying to control the sensations, but you're controlling your center. It's really beautiful. Now we're going to work on the hips a little bit more. So you see the feet. I'm going to get you to bend the knees a little bit and put the soles of the feet together. Yeah. Now you can let your feet come down as far as they're comfortable. And this is where you may need to move a little bit further away from the wall. And the reason being, you need the weight of your legs resting against the wall. So I'm going to move slightly further out until now the weight of my legs can rest against the wall and I feel my hips relax. And my feet go down a little bit lower. I feel my hips open. And I've got that point where my feet are resting against the wall, my legs are resting against the wall, and it's opening my hips. If you feel like your legs, the weight of your legs is coming away from the wall, your hips are going to be tight to hold it. So just move further away until you can rest the legs against the wall. Okay? And that creates a lovely openness around the hip socket. If you just put your hands on your knees, and you just do a little bit of rocking like this, just a small amount of rocking. If you think about, you know how you'd rock a baby to sleep. You know a baby you're trying to get asleep and you want to rock. It's rocked like that. So it's nice, consistent movement, nice ebb and flow. There's a little bit of momentum to it. It's just very soothing. Now again, you're still breathing, nice and slow and deep. So you're staying connected to that pressure and release. Now notice those beautiful releasing energies around the ball and socket joint in the hips. It's gorgeous, just got a gorgeous release of energy. And focus on it. Feel it. And then allow yourself to gaze at it. So it's not a one-pointed focus. It's all of your focus just absorbing into it. And notice when you gaze at it, that the energy in your body begins to move more. It's like as you gaze, you're opening up the channels, you're opening up the body. As you breathe, the energy flows, and you're just following those beautiful sensations as they begin to move more around your body. It's really, really nice. Okay, so from there, again, if you bring the knees in a little bit, the feet back on the wall. Okay, now from there, we'll do this tonight, we'll do this next week, is we're going to come up onto the shoulders. It's a beautiful way to really open up and massage the shoulders, yeah? We do that next week, because I want to do the chest a little bit more today. So from here, is coming back away from the wall. And what I want you to do is lie on your belly. I love this. On your belly. Turn your head to one side. Hands down by the side of your body. Palms up. Let the elbows rest out. Big toes together. And let your heels rest out. There you go. Now, there you go. Just keep breathing. Now at any point, if you need to turn your head, just turn your head. Now what I want you to do is belly breathe. And breathe a little bit deeper, that you feel your abdominal wall pressing into the floor. Then you're going to feel your obliques expand, the side. You're going to feel the muscles in your lower back expand. Now remember, pressure and then release. And you want to feel the pressure all the way through the inhale, and it's incrementally building to this beautiful moment, and then you're releasing it just as beautifully. And on the exhale, there's still a pressure and you're releasing into it. On the inhale, there's still a pressure and you're releasing into it, and you're just massaging the trunk of your body. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now follow it through, so you're going to breathe the same thing into your rib cage and your upper chest. And you're just expanding and contracting. And you're in that beautiful flow of your breath, and you'll notice that the pressure in your breath increases because you're lying on your belly, but it also has a much greater effect. Your breath has a much greater effect in your body. Notice how when you exhale, how much more deeply you begin to move into your body. You really feel yourself internalizing your physical experience, the depth of your internal experience. Also, is as you inhale, while the trunk of the body is expanding, is it lifts the spine slightly away from the floor and it elongates. The spine goes down towards the tailbone and up towards the spine. You get beautiful openness in your spine and you get this gorgeous release in your central nervous system. Again, you're opening up the channels. So now breathe, open up that space and just begin to breathe the energy in the channel. Again, it's the nicest sensation. Whatever the nicest sensation is, follow it. And as you inhale, you'll feel the pressure in the hip lift slightly and sends the tailbone down a little bit. Also, as you go up through the rib cage, you get that lovely release of energy up between your shoulder blades and your shoulders, to the base of the neck, to the base of the skull, to the top of the skull. Now remember, as you're inhaling and you're reaching the peak, there's a different pressure, so you've got to come a little slower, a little bit easier to it. And on the exhale, start to exhale a little bit more slowly. Give yourself time to really release into it, so that when you come to the end of the exhale, again, give yourself time to really go into that release. So that on the inhale, the spine floats up and away from itself, it elongates. As you exhale, you feel the spine float down, but because of the tone of the body, it maintains the elongation. It keeps the length of the spine. So you get these lovely waves of sensation. That's the energy channels opening up. And then I want you to breathe those waves mindfully with awareness. And then I want you to let yourself just flow. Let yourself just flow in those waves of energy. And you get waves of consciousness is just permeating through your body. It's gorgeous. Is you get to feel all of your body at once with awareness. You get to see your inner body and hear your inner body all at once. So all the sensations come to the center of gravity, and then all the sensations are engaged in the pressure and the release. And they're all spontaneously engaging and spontaneously releasing. So as they come to the oneness, they work together rather than against each other, moving apart. They're coming together. Even at an energetic level, at an emotional level, is it allows us to feel all those emotional sensations spontaneously, and then allows us to release them. And we're doing it at an intuitive level. You don't have to go around feeling these things and getting into them. You just feel the sensations of them. So the emotions are like sensations in the physical body. Emotions are sensations in the energetic body. Same with your thoughts. Thoughts will come in, that's okay. They're part of that tone and release. When the thought comes in, it's like the tone, here's the fullness of the thought, and then you're releasing the thought. So you're allowing yourself to engage in the spontaneity of the center of gravity of your mind. With awareness, you're observing all your thoughts, but then all your thoughts are just like sensations. And then they're toning and releasing spontaneously. And you're just in the flow of awareness itself. It's beautiful. And then you're just moving through waves of sensation. If we go a little bit further into it, you may find yourself having a wonderful insight. It's not just the energy that you're feeling, it's coming through as a really clear moment of clarity. And it's clarity that you're now flowing in. And as you find yourself flowing in that clarity, you have a stream of consciousness where the insight you're experiencing is coming to life. And now you're flowing in a wave of wisdom. And you're just attuning to a frequency of wisdom within you, and you're intuitively moving with it. Now you're flowing in consciousness. Now you're flowing in streams of consciousness, and you're flowing in streams of consciousness that come from a place of oneness. Is that integral tone of your center. So now with a minimum of effort, I'm going to get you to roll over onto your back. Now we're still in the practice, so you don't need to come out of the space you're in. You just need to lie on your back. And if you legs out straight, separate the feet, hip width apart or so, hands down by the side of your body, palms turned upwards. And again, take a quick moment just to scan your body, just to make sure you're comfortable. And once you're comfortable, is continue to breathe as if you're still lying on your belly. Okay? So I want you to breathe that same slow, deep breath that you are doing on your belly. But because you're not lying on your belly, you're lying on your back, you're going to feel this relief of, it's like you can inhale without the weight of your body. So this beautiful relief and spaciousness on your inhale. I want you to breathe deep into the spaciousness. I want you to breathe deep and slow into the lightness that you feel in your inhale. So you get this beautiful spaciousness in your navel, and then you're flowing in that space and it's expanding, you're getting lighter and lighter, so that as you breathe to your upper chest, you're coming to this beautiful lightness and openness. And I want you to breathe deep into it. And as you reach the peak, is let yourself surf the wave. Stay in the pause at the peak of the inhale for a little bit and surf the wave of that lightness, that spaciousness. But when you exhale, is again, all in your own time, is take it slow and really savor the effortlessness on the way down. You're still feeling the openness of your navel as you exhale into it. So now you're going into this effortlessness and you just feel it in an enormous sense of space. So you've got a beautiful spaciousness and the effortlessness is filling that space. And what you're doing is you're expanding energy. You're really opening up the channels in your body and generating greater space, greater experience of energy, and a greater sense of consciousness. And you're just allowing yourself to flow in those beautiful waves. And you get this lovely effortlessness in your rib cage. So it's a flowing effortlessness. And as you come to the end of your exhale in your own time, come to it super peacefully, so that as you come to it, you come to the pause at the end of your exhale where your effortlessness brings you to a beautiful place, a beautiful moment of stillness. And you're finding the true center of yourself, where you're in the stillness of your body. You're in the stillness of your energetic body. You're in the stillness of your mental body, where you just come to this place of being. You're finding a lovely oneness of being within yourself. It heightens all your senses to a moment of consciousness and the clarity of the stillness of that being within it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And again, when you inhale, again, everybody at their own time, when you inhale, now you're in the flow of your center of gravity. So it's like the center is stillness, and then you're moving around it. Life moves, life lives, life moves, and it moves in circles. Everything moves in a circle. Look at all the joints in our body. It's a circle. We're just a sequence of circles as we move in our body. And as we balance those circles correctly, is we're moving in our alignment and the natural integrity of our body. Is as we engage with those circles from our center of gravity, we're creating the minimum amount of effort to move in it. So notice the effortlessness in your body right now. Notice the spaciousness in your body right now. Notice the lightness in your body right now. You're just allowing yourself to open the channels and allowing the energy to just flow through them. And then you're allowing big waves of energy to move through your channels. And just let yourself come into the beautiful clarity of it. The clarity of being, so that you're having the energetic experience, but now have the consciousness experience too, the insight that comes to a continuous flowing experience. And an insight that comes to a continuous flow becomes a living insight. And living insight is living wisdom. So now allow yourself to just breathe and flow consciously in the living wisdom of your being. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Keep doing what you're doing. We're going to work on the spine a little bit more. So if you bend your knees and bring your feet together and slightly in front of your knees, have your feet slightly in front of your knees. Feet and knees together, hands down by the side of the body, palms turned upward. So you can still stay in that space you're in. And what I want you to do is bring your knees an inch over to the right. So you feel the weight shift across the back of the pelvis, but never to the side. It's always on the back of the pelvis. Now bring your knees back to the center and a little bit over to the left, an inch or so, so you feel the weight of the legs massage all the ligaments at the back of the pelvis. Now the same pace that you'll be moving at for the whole session, knees an inch to the right, back to the center, and an inch to the left. So the weight of your legs is massaging all the ligaments in the back of the pelvis. And you're moving at a pace that you're letting the weight of the legs do the work for you. Now at the same time, when your knees go to the left, is turn your head an inch to the right. So a little dip of the chin. As the knees go to the right, the head, chin comes a little bit to the left. So careful not to crane your neck, a little dip of the chin. And what you're doing is you're rolling the weight of your head and massaging all the ligaments at the base of the skull. And there's a very natural counter movement. So notice as the knees go in one direction, it feels very natural to rotate the head in the opposite direction. And they're both going at the same pace. Now that creates a lovely subtle rotation in your spine. So while you're rolling your weight across the back, you're massaging all your back muscles. You're also rotating the spine and opening up the joints. Now again, breathe slow and deep and meet that pressure in your body. And then let yourself just flow in the energetic release, whatever feels nice. It's really simple. Is let it come to you. It's like intuition. You don't go searching for it. Let the nicest sensation come to you. And as you feel the nicest sensation come to you, it's going to tell a story. Let it move. And then just follow it. And as you're following the sensation, is you get these beautiful releases of energy up and down your spine. It's really, really nice. You get a gorgeous release of energy across the back of the pelvis, and it'll move up your back. And you get another release from the base of the neck, going down the neck and into the back. And as you sway in this, we're going to stay in it maybe a little longer than we would sometimes. And the reason why is I want you to see, if you keep swaying it, will the energies from the base of your spine and the top of your spine, can you feel them both come together in your back? Can you feel them meet? Those two beautiful releases. Can you feel them meet and just your whole, it's like your whole spine just becomes one charged energy channel. And you just feel all the energy just spread out through your central nervous system to all the muscles of your back. And it's just gorgeous. And again, follow it consciously. And sometimes it can be just waves of sensation. And then sometimes it can be waves of insight. You get these streams of consciousness where just insight just keeps coming, and it's all integrated, and it's spontaneous, it's effortless. Like the natural integrity in the center of gravity. There's effort and there's no effort, and it engages spontaneously. And nice and gently, we're going to come back to center. We're going to do one more thing. We're going to do one for the chest and the heart center here. So you're going to have to look at me for this one. So you're separating your feet hip width apart. I'm going to get you to lift your hips up in a moment. And here's index finger and thumb, other thumb, in it goes like this. So they're like that together. Now I'm going to put them under my back and push down like this. Okay, so hips are coming up. Index finger, thumb, hook it in, and that gives me strength so that, look, I can send the hands down, and it's allowing me to really roll my shoulders back and open my chest. Okay, so I'm nice and firm, can really get the chest open, shoulders roll back. Now I can just put my hands nice and
nice and flat on the floor, unhook the thumbs, straighten out the legs, feet together, a little bit of activity in the feet, just a little bit, and a little dip of the chin where you've got the back of your head on the floor, yeah? So what I want you to do is don't lift anything, but I want you to press your elbows into the floor and notice how it opens your chest. But don't lift the shoulders off the floor. So press the elbows in, feel the chest open a little bit more. Now what I want you to do is press the heels in with the feet active. And notice how that tones the legs a little bit and it tones your core a little bit. Okay? So just press the heels in just a little bit. Now keep the pressure on the elbows and the pressure on the heels. Now press the back of the head into the floor. Now be careful, when you press the back of the head in, you need to feel the muscles from the base of the neck to the base of the skull tone and across the top of the shoulders. If you're too dipped, when you press in, you're going to feel the front of your throat. It's too much. Is just feel the neck muscles tone and across the top of the shoulders. Then you're going to feel the elbows in, so feel the chest and the intercostal muscles, press the heels in. You feel your thigh, probably your pelvic floor and your core a little bit as well. So keep resisting in, constant steady resistance, and then breathe. I want you to breathe deep into your rib cage and upper chest. And exhale deep into your rib cage and upper chest, constantly keeping that resistance. Now you're doing this to really that's it, keep going. Now don't worry if you get a little bit of pins and needles in your fingers, that's okay. It's not causing any harm. So keep breathing slow and deep into your rib cage and your upper chest. And you're constantly resisting with the heels, the elbows, and the back of the head. You really feel the energetics of this when we come out of it. So you're breathing. And again, staying with it, pressure and release. Even though the tone is greater, you can still move through that lovely pressure and release and breathe into it. You can feel the beautiful sensations and just let yourself absorb into them. Now, we're going to release. So when you release, just take the arms out. And again, you're lying flat on your back with your hands resting out, palms turned upwards. Okay, feet out an inch or so, or 12 inches even, wider than the hips even. And again, just make sure you're comfortable. Just make sure that the body is comfortable. And once the body is comfortable, I want you to lie still, but I really want you to focus on your breath. And breathe your navel, your rib cage, and your upper chest in your own time. And notice how your intercostal muscles in your rib cage and your upper chest, they're willing to breathe a little bit deeper. I need you to slow it down and just savor how nice that feels. The expansion in your rib cage and your chest. Equally, the contraction. You're exhaling your navel as normal, but when you go into your rib cage and upper chest, notice how you can actually go a little deeper into it. And again, go into that lovely depth, effortlessly. Surrender to the beautiful contraction in your rib cage. As your rib cage is opening up, is surrender to the spaciousness and lightness in it. And go deeper into that beautiful effortlessness in your rib cage, that beautiful spaciousness and lightness in your rib cage, and just surf the waves. If you inhale and it feels beautiful, stay at the peak for a couple of moments and just surf that beautiful release of energy in your chest cavity. As you exhale, as you come to that beautiful release and stillness and effortlessness at the end, stay in that little bit more contracted of your rib cage and just surrender to the beautiful stillness. And then notice, as you inhale and you exhale, these beautiful waves of sensation, these beautiful waves of energy. You might be getting a beautiful run of energy up and down the back of the rib cage, the spine at the back of the rib cage. It runs of energy around the intercostal muscles. I always think it's like a blue energy, like an electric blue, it always feels for me. You get these beautiful runs of energy into your heart center itself and the upper chest. You get these runs of energy maybe across your shoulders and down the arms. You get these beautiful runs of energy up between the shoulder blades to the base of the neck, to the base of the skull. That there can put goosebumps on your body. So just follow those beautiful channels and the beautiful energy within the release, and then moving the waves within the channel. Those beautiful waves of sensation, and surf the waves, and then surf them consciously. Know that you're doing it as you're doing it. So you're consciously doing it. And then you're following your intuition. You're just following the rightness of it. And if you find then that you spontaneously come to insight, something comes to you with absolute clarity and truth, and you can feel it, you can see it, you can hear it, you know it to be true. You're activating your knower, your third eye, and just allow yourself to just flow in that stream of consciousness. And you're just flowing in that beautiful momentum of consciousness itself, streams of consciousness, streams of insight. And that stream of insight becomes living wisdom. And as you flow around that center of gravity in your mind, with your consciousness, you're flowing in wisdom. Streams of consciousness that are truth for you. Streams of consciousness that are truth itself. So you could be spontaneously in the moment, the present moment, spontaneously flowing around your center of gravity in your body. Your muscles and joints are spontaneously engaged in the moment, but you're doing it consciously with awareness. You're not controlling it, but yet you're in the middle there and you're fully engaged. You're breathing spontaneously in the moment. You're in that beautiful ebb and flow of your breath. You're in the beautiful connection of your aliveness, and you're engaged in your life force. And then all the different sensations within that, you're feeling the pressures and releases. And you're just spontaneously engaged in your energetic body. And then you're in your mental body and you're spontaneously present, consciously present. And then there's the thoughts of the moment. And the thoughts of the moment are like the sensations in the body, pressure and then release. And you're able to engage with the thoughts, the pressure of them, and you're able to release the pressure of them. And within that, you maintain your center. And as you spontaneously move with it, your thoughts will bring to you insight, connections you haven't seen before. And when you pull on that insight and you get that stream of consciousness that comes from that, is that stream of consciousness is your living wisdom. You're living the wisdom of it. As you pull that stream of consciousness right into your center of gravity, then you begin to move in that stream of consciousness. And you're attuning to a frequency. Literally, you're attuning to your spontaneous frequencies within, the intuitive and truth frequencies in life, and you're just finding yourself coming into a beautiful oneness within yourself and the beautiful oneness and synchronicity with life around you, because you see your truth and then you see their truth, and they both become attuned. You're attuned to both. So for a couple of more minutes, is just allow that to be felt profoundly in your heart. Feel the radiant heartbeat within your chest. Feel the energetic heartbeat within your chest. Think about how powerful your heart is, the commitment that your heart has. And your heart has a beat and an offbeat. It traditionally is called the unstruck bell, because your heart beats, and in that beat, it fully engages with the connection. It is fully alive, it's fully committed. And then the heart releases, and it is fully engaged with the release. It's absolutely committed to the release. And in between that heart beating and that heart releasing, there are micro moments of pause within the heartbeat. And those moments of pause are the unstruck bell. They are the unstruck bell of the heart. That is the being of the heart itself. It's the stillness of the heart. It's the spaciousness of the heart. It's the lightness of the heart. It's the consciousness within the heart itself. It's the consciousness of being, and it's the heart of your being. Okay, it's beautiful. So just explore that beautiful sensation from your heart. And allow yourself to flow in the waves of sensation. And feel the beautiful peaks and troughs. And then allow yourself to just drop into those moments of stillness within your heart. Those moments of lightness within your heart. Those moments where the heart is just fully in its space. And you have all the space that you ever need in your heart. Beautiful. So I'm going to leave you in your relaxation. I'm going to let you just enjoy it as much as you want. And when you're ready to come out of it yourself, you can come out anytime you want. So you stay there for 30 seconds or 30 minutes, whatever works for you. I'll be here. So if you have any questions afterwards, feel free to send them in. And other than that, enjoy the rest of your practice. Thank you.